Thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video from virtualroof.com, where we provide cloud computing services that allow your employees to work from anywhere and still be under one virtual roof. We do this by hosting over 300 software applications and their associated data. All of those applications and data can be accessed and used from any of the devices you see on this screen. If you'd like more information about us, you can go to our website. You could also do a search for virtualroof.com on YouTube. You can send us an email at info@virtualroof.com, or you can call us at 866-932-2281. In one of our other videos on YouTube, we talked about what all hosting companies should provide you as a bare minimum, and if they're not providing this, you need to find another hosting company. And then we talked about what virtualroof.com also includes in their hosting services, which is unlimited tech support, consulting services, and we don't put a limit on those either, software training, and business skills training. And then we talked about why we were, or what our credentials are for providing those types of services, including all of our certifications, which are many. Today what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the fact that, yeah, we claim that we provide all of this stuff. We're going to show you some real live examples of where we provided that. And the first company is Insurance Services of Central Florida. The second customer is Vision Corp, which is a manufacturer's rep in the cable television industry. And the third company is Trainer's Tool Chest, which again is another manufacturer's rep for training tools. And these companies took advantage of many of our services. And again, all of these services are included with our hosting packages. And just so you understand why that's important, if you go to some of the other hosting partners' websites, you'll find that they put limits on what you can, on the amount of service that they will give you. For instance, you look down here, this company at their top of the line package, they provide database customization but only 30 fields, and they will only give you 2 hours of training. So there's a lot of limitations. And then if you look down at the bottom, it says additional fees, ACT consulting services. We don't charge additional fees for our consulting services. So now I want to go and show you some of the things that we've done for some of our customers. This first company is Insurance Services of Central Florida, and this is their virtual desktop, by the way. This desktop, this screen that you're seeing right now, is coming from Bellingham, Washington, out of our data center facility. In fact, if I go to the desktop, you can see that it's a Microsoft Windows desktop. And this desktop would look just the same if you pulled it up with an iPad or an Android or a Mac. And you can see that we're hosting Microsoft Office for this customer, as well as a number of ACT add-on products. All right, we're going to switch back over to ACT. We did some customization for this customer, including adding a customer number field on the front screen. We moved ID status up to the top, and we created a field called source and moved that up to the top so they could figure out where their source of business was coming from. One of the big things that we did for this company also, in addition to that, was we added a table to the database using Topline Designer. So we recommended another add-on product, add-on software product, and we implemented that into their database and helped them actually create the table for that, a custom table that tracks all the policy information that a customer would have with them. And the reason that's cool is that a customer could have multiple policies, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 policies, and you could list them all out. They'd be all listed right here with all the information regarding that particular policy. The other table that we added for them was level of interest. And this was a marketing effort that we helped them actually design and that we helped them implement, where an email went out to these folks and asked them what types of interest or what types of insurance they were interested in and what their level of interest was in those types of things. And so we helped them design a table for that as well. And then we came along with Topline Dash, which is another ACT add-on product, and we designed some dashboards so that they could graphically see what those levels of interest were based on various types of product. And you can see here, this one is a commercial dashboard for commercial types of insurance. And you can see the bar here, 46, that's general liability. And most of the folks that filled out the survey were interested, or excuse me, very interested in general liability. Now here's the cool part. These bars are all clickable. So if I click this 46 bar here, I've got a list of those 46 people. If I scroll to the bottom and I hold my shift key down and click on the last one, I right click, it's going to switch me back over to Act and provide me and give me that list. Here's a list of those 46 names, and all I've got to do is go up to Write, and I could go to Sage Marketing, Email Marketing, and send out a Swift Page email to these folks. I could send out, I could use the list to make calls with, give them over to a rep or whatever I wanted to do. Now, just to give you an idea, again, of some of the stuff that we did with these guys, we helped them design the actual email that went out for the survey, and then when they click on the link, we actually helped them design this survey as well, and this data feeds back into the ACT database. So this is the survey that went out to everyone, and the data from this survey fed back into the ACT database so that we're actually able to produce these charts. The other thing that we did for them was we provided them with a 61, what we called a 61-day list. These are all the folks in their database who have a policy that's going to expire within the next 61 days. And they needed to contact these folks so that they could be proactive in getting them renewed before they started shopping rates with someone else. So with this particular company, we provided them with sales and marketing strategies. We helped them implement those strategies. We helped them customize their database. We made them much more productive than they were before. We helped them choose software applications. We helped them integrate that software. We made them much more proficient and efficient in what they were doing. We provided them training with live webinars, with private training and YouTube videos, and also business skills training. They took advantage of our time management and organization classes, and obviously we provided them with support and continue to do so. Another company that we did that same type of work for, I'm going to switch over to their desktop now, was, hold on just a moment, let me go to my contacts view, was a company called Vision Corp. And again, they're a manufacturer's rep in the cable television industry. And what we did for them, they had a report that they needed to send to the manufacturers on a regular basis that needed to include all of the sales opportunities, really a forecasting report, every week or every month, depending on the manufacturer. The problem they had was in ACT has this thing called opportunities, and you could pull up the opportunity list view. They would have to do that. Then they would have to go in and create a field called manufacturer, which we ended up creating for them. And then they would have to find all the ones for a particular manufacturer and export this list out to Excel. Okay, so, and I'll just do that real quick so you can kind of see what you get. So we get to contact the company, but what the manufacturer needed also was the state, because this manufacturer's rep, Vision Corp, was restricted to certain states, 23 states to be exact, and they needed to make sure, the manufacturers needed to make sure that Vision Corp was staying within their geographical boundaries. Okay, well, you can't include state in this view, which means you cannot include it in the Excel spreadsheet. The other thing that they needed was the product information. None of that's included in here, and you can't include it in here if you're just using ACT. So what did we do? We used Topline Dash again. And we created a dashboard, or multiple dashboards for them. This dashboard happens to show Trilithic, which is one of their manufacturers. This is APS is another manufacturer. And now they're able, and it shows a breakdown by product within Trilithic. And so now all they've got to do is click on the Topline Dash button, they click on the opportunities by manufacturer, they click on the Excel button, and we're just going to save this and open it. And there you go. Look at this. Company contact, even included the ID status field. Look over here to the right, city and state. And then in the middle you see the product item number, the product name, and the product quantity. Okay, so a process that took them hours to perform is 4 clicks away. Can you imagine the amount of productivity increase that this customer had? And here's the coolest part of this story. 2 days ago, our customer, Vision Corp, called us up and said they were so grateful for what we did because the manufacturers are giving them additional territory because they do such a good job with this report. It's so much better than the reports they've been doing in the past, and it by far blows away all of their competitors' reports. And so now these manufacturers are increasing the territory for this manufacturer's rep. Awesome success story there. Okay, the other thing that we did for this particular customer, the same customer, Vision Corp, is we helped them with territory management. As I said, they cover 23 states. They've got about 6 or 7 sales reps, and those reps are broken down geographically by state. And so they've got a sales rep for their Mid-Atlantic region, and that sales rep needed to be restricted to those users. So what we did is we came in and we showed them how to set up a team, manage teams. And we created a team called Mid-Atlantic. We added the sales rep and the sales assistant. So you see there's 2 people on that team, 2 users on that team. And then what we did is we showed them how to create a dynamic group in ACT. So we created a group called Mid-Atlantic, and we showed them how to create a query. In this example, this is a query that says if the state equals Maryland or North Carolina or Virginia, then add these folks to this group. And then once they're added to the group, we're able to set up limited access so that only the Mid-Atlantic team can see the folks that are in the Mid-Atlantic region. Awesome, right? Now let me go one more step here. This capability, territory management, if you're looking at Salesforce.com, puts you into the $125 category. $125 per user per month. If you look down here, here's territory management. So if you want territory management and you're looking at Salesforce.com, it's going to cost you $125 per user per month. And oh, by the way, look, in small print here it says billed annually. What that means is they're giving you a per month quote, but you got to pay 12 months up front. That ought to throw up a big red flag for you. Okay, so that takes care of 2 of the companies. I want to hit on a 3rd company real quick, and I'm going to actually use our database for this. And the reason is that I wanted to show the link between ACT and QuickBooks. And that's what this 3rd company wanted to be able to do. And the 3rd company is Trainer's Tool Chest. As I said, they're a manufacturer's rep, and they needed to be able, or wanted to be able to pull a list of all of the folks who had bought a particular product, and that record or that information was in QuickBooks. So we said, well, why don't we link your ACT database to your QuickBooks data file, and then you'll be able to create dashboards and pull that list. So once again, we brought in Topline Dash. We really do like this product a lot. It's very powerful. And so here's a dashboard that breaks down all of your sales, all of your data in QuickBooks by product. And so now what we're able to do is we're able to just click any one of these bar charts, any one of these bars, and we're able to, again, hold our shift key down, click on the very last entry down here, right click, go to contact, and there's those 7 people, and now I can send all 7 people an email about a new product that's just come out to replace the old product that we might have sold you a year ago coming out of QuickBooks. Can you see how powerful these tools are? And can you see, I hope, that if your hosting company gets in with you and helps you out, they can help you become much more powerful, much more efficient at marketing and selling your products and make you more productive. And that's what we do. Thanks again for taking a few minutes to watch this video from virtualroof.com. If you'd like more information about us, you can go to our website. You could also do a search for virtualroof.com on YouTube. You can send us an email at info@virtualroof.com, or you can call us at 866-932-2281.